Sometimes players can get ahead of themselves and think beyond the next match and maybe look towards an All-Ireland final, and they had the potential and capabilities to go that far, but unfortunately they come up against a seasoned team in Mayo, and there's a lot of hurt and anger in that Mayo team still, and there could be one last kick in them.
There was hurt and anger, I suppose, to its own as well, and the whole issue of players being singled out raised its ugly head, both with Sean Kavanagh and also Diarmuid Connolly. Interesting, in the Irish Independent, Eugene McGee, who's heavily involved with the whole development of football, said that managers should just basically stop their whinging and that players should be able to cope with that. Your reaction to that?
Yeah, I think it's a shocking statement. Totally shocking statement from the chairman of that committee to come out with. We want to offer protection to every player playing our game, but it seems to be that the top players, the top marquee forwards in particular, seem to be getting special attention. And I would also highlight Aidan O'Sheas in there as well. Yes, Aidan O'Sheas was heavily criticised for his dive in the match against Fermanagh, but there was no doubt he was targeted again on Saturday, as was Sean Kavanagh, as was Michael Murphy, as was Diarmuid Connolly. And the reality is these players are special talents, and we want to see them being able to portray their talent and full array of skills, but they're not being allowed to because they're being sledged, they're being pulled down, they're being stopped in their tracks when they're trying to make a run, but they're being offered no protection. And for the chairman of the panel and the committee to come out and say that, deal with it, that's an absolute shocking statement. And that's telling these players, the best players that we have in our games, you're going to get abused. Get on with it, and to come out with any type of statement like that there, is atrocious. And for me, this man is certainly living in the past, and the GAA need to take a long hard look at the panel and the committee themselves and say, right, the game is more modernised now. Eugene McGee last managed a team, for my reckoning, in the 80s, so let's get somebody more up to date to be the chair of this panel and be more realistic in what they're expecting from players.
And of course as well too, we have that many officials now on the field to play, and yet it seems as if so many of those officials still can't see what the ordinary punter and the ordinary fan see.
Well, I've made no secret of it. I've got an ongoing issue with the standard of refereeing. I think it's atrocious, to say the least. But the one thing that I would support them in is that they are being offered no help and support. Umpires don't seem to be. Umpires aren't trained referees, first and foremost. They should be trained referees. Linesmen are playing no active part in making decisions, and the arrogance of some of these referees as well is plain to be seen. And they'll make a call without going and having a word with their umpires, which can be done, or without going and have a word with their linesmen. And some of these refereeing decisions are mind-boggling, and they're really ruining the games, but also ruining a team's year. From a team sets out their targets at the start of the year, they want to achieve success at the highest level, and a bad call here or there, and it's been the case for many years now, is making the destination of a team, whether they're going to stay in the championship or go out of the championship. And it's just not acceptable. It's not good enough at this level. And I've often heard the argument, but if the referees weren't refereeing, who else would do it? These referees, let's call a spade a spade. They're getting paid. They're getting paid. They're getting more than what the players are getting. If a player kicks a ball away, he's chastised for doing it. If a referee makes a bad mistake, nobody says a thing. He gets the next big game. So these referees are getting a fee per match. The umpires are getting a fee per match. They're getting mileage. They're getting expenses for food. They're getting way and above what players are getting for any particular match. So let's live up to the standard that's expected then.